Hello, and welcome to the talkback session for Gold Treasure. My name is Ruben Ryan, and I'm the Director of Online Programming for CADA. Now we would like to meet the cast of this virtual show that we've just put on. Let's go around the room and have everyone introduce themselves. I'll tell you what, why don't we start with Captain Skull?
Of course. All right. I'm Joseph Moran. I play the big bad, Captain Skull.
Okay. All right. Let's meet. How about First Mate Griffey?
I'm Bridget Weber, and I play Griffey, the first mate.
Excellent. All right. Lena, would you like to introduce yourself?
I am Lena Falisco, and I am Felix the cat and Captain Purplebeard.
All right. And let's meet our playwright, Declan. Introduce yourself.
Oh, my name is Declan Carr, and I wrote the script for the play.
Excellent. All right, and of course, let's meet our director.
Hi guys, I'm Shannon Uphold. I'm one of the teachers for CADA. I have been lucky to be working with them since last year, and I have had the absolute joy of getting to jump into Gold Treasure's very rich, exciting, piratey world written by Declan, who is one of CADA's students as well and wrote this awesome script. So yeah, I'm so glad to be here. Thank you guys.
All right. Hey, so Declan, what inspired you? What inspired you when you were writing the play?
They wanted to make a script, and that's what I thought of.
All right. So you're just drawn to pirates?
Yes.
Okay. All righty. And do you have a favorite part from the play that you wrote, Declan?
I'm sure maybe all of it.
All of it? Fair. Why not? Love it as a whole. All right. What about our actors? Do any of our actors have any favorite parts from the show that they performed?
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
All right, I'll go first. I'm sorry for barging in. All right. My favorite part that I, was actually acting in was probably Captain Skull's introduction. But as for a favorite part in general, it would either have to be the fight between Captain Skull. It would have to be that fight, or the whale. Just the whole thing. The whale. I don't even have words for it. The whale is amazing.
All right. And Bridget, I saw you you moved to tell us your favorite part. What was your favorite part?
The whale.
The whale, also the whale. It's hard not to love the whale. It's hard not to love the whale. Lena, do you have a favorite part?
Well, I like scene number 3.
Scene number 3.
Time ago, and I also like the whale.
Oh yes, like the flashback and the whale, of course. Who doesn't? You gotta love the whale. What about you, Shannon? Do you have a favorite part?
To pick a favorite part, I would have to say I love the end of the first scene whenever Captain Carr rallies Felix and Griffey, and you see this unite, like, that they're a team at the beginning with Griffey and Captain Carr, but after the betrayal moment, them really all coming together and supporting each other to find the journey and to keep pushing forward. And that's something I really love about Captain Carr, is that I obviously casted a woman in the role, but his character, he has this very positive view of what he's doing, and he keeps trying his best and doesn't get discouraged. And I think that's such a wonderful life lesson, especially right now, to just not get discouraged when you bump up against something you weren't expecting. And I mean, I have to say the whale, because Declan, I was so nervous. I was like, where am I going to get a whale? I was like, how am I going to make a whale happen? But luckily, the fantastic support of the other directors from the One Act Festival, and then just bouncing ideas off of CADA's team, really helped me to hopefully successfully execute the whale moment. It was definitely very fun making that part happen.
I mean, clearly everyone loves the whale. So I think
Mm-hmm.
so you mentioned, a couple of you mentioned the fight scene though, and I do want to ask, how was that? What was it like doing a fight scene where none of you were in the same room together? As far as an actor and a director and a challenge, how did you all feel about that? Shannon, why don't we start with you this time?
Absolutely. I was very excited to take on the challenge of fight choreography in a Zoom room. After working with CADA for the past year, I feel like I have adapted to Zoom rather well, and the possibilities that Zoom provides really are kind of endless. You just have to keep, as CADA knows, you just have to keep figuring it out, and then something magical will happen, and it works, and it's awesome. So knowing that we had the two boxes, and we used the game, one of the games that we use in class all the time, Where in the World, figure out where we all are for one another, and then having my two actors, Joseph and Nita, just knowing what side they needed to face and how they needed to give each other verbal cues so they would know when we were doing one cut into the second cut, into the third cut. And I mean, the storytelling, luckily, because of the Zoom box, if we can get the swords to meet where they're supposed to, it really, at least for me, I was able to suspend my disbelief in that we can do a fight even if two people are light years away from one another. And luckily, Joseph and Nita are so great and so willing. Were so willing to work with me as I was also figuring it out, because this was choreographing a fight on Zoom was new for me. So that was a little trial and error, figuring out the correct angles to get things. But yeah, and then I have this very supportive two actors who are helping each other figure out, oh, you need me to make a sound here, so you know to do this because I can't see you. So yeah, it was, I really enjoyed that part. That was one of my favorite parts of the whole process, actually.
Excellent. And so Joseph, you were in the fight scene, yes?
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like, okay. So tell us about that. What was it like as an actor in that scene?
Well, I mean, obviously, as Shannon said, there were new challenges and everything. Probably the biggest challenge for me, the thing that was most difficult to adjust to, was that, like, normally with acting, you can be really expressive, you can use your entire body, but for that fight scene, because the swords kept clipping into the background, you had to really minimize your movement. You had to just
getting
get
on
the
my screen. I don't want to be on your screen.
Okay, but yeah, that was the most difficult thing, because I kind of imagine the fight scene as really over dramatic. The swords are flying everywhere, but in reality, we have to keep the swords really close to our body. But probably why my favorite part of the fight scene is when I go flying off the screen, because that was the most movement in the entire scene. It was a really good end to it.
Yes, I remember that part. That's quite funny.
Poor Joseph. I'm sorry to jump in, Ruben. I'm just so lucky that I had an actor that was so willing to fling himself. I feel like every rehearsal, and I'm sure Bridget and Amanda and Lena can attest to this, I'm like, Joseph, is it okay if we add another one of your body tosses? Can we just fling you at this point in the scene? So Joseph really ended up being this, not punching bag, but just my prop man as well. I'm like, can you just throw yourself into it? And of course he does, which is, I'm very lucky to have
I don't
him.
even know who came up with the idea for me to go flying off the screen, because you didn't know that I had a bed right next to where I did this. So I don't.
She had no idea your setup was perfect for it.
Yes, it was.
All right, I see we have been joined by Amanda. Amanda, would you like to introduce yourself to everyone? You'll need to unmute yourself.
Hi, I'm Amanda. Okay, but you guys might remember me as the parrot or the robot first mate.
Excellent. So Amanda, we've already asked everyone else. Did you have a favorite part of the show that you like doing?
Oh yes, the chase scene was awesome. Oh hi, Kathy.
So a chase scene on Zoom sounds like quite a challenge. What was it like staging a chase scene in Zoom?
Well, it was kind of hard to get the directions going at first.
You got to figure out which way you're actually going, right?
My mom didn't know there were a chase scene because I forgot to tell her.
Well, that
We
happened.
were-
So it was hard.
It was difficult.
Well,
Yes, figuring out how to plan when one goes, how do we then plan the other one going, and lots of visual cues. So we were so lucky that Lena and Amanda, like Joseph, who's just throwing himself everywhere for us, Lena and Amanda were willing to practice these runs a lot of times. They got a lot of steps in at the beginning of that process.
how was the chase scene for you, Lena?
What?
You were in the chase scene?
Scene was good.
Was of course. Was that a fun challenge?
It was.
It was fun.
Cool.
But it wasn't that challenging for me.
Oh yeah, do you have a nice open area so you could run back and forth easily?
Yes.
I was gonna say it looks like the room you're in now has a decent amount of running space.
Yes, this is the room that I was in.
Excellent.
That's it's a really great. I'm glad you brought up the space, Ruben, because all of the actors went above and beyond creating these studios for themselves. And as we all know, with the virtual backgrounds and virtual world, some is easier than others, and some people have a harder time. And our willingness to figure it out together and being patient with one another was great. But I have to shout out the families behind the scenes, the mothers and the grandmothers who created the costumes, the spaces. I mean, my goodness, we were so lucky to have the backstage moms making sure that everything was going to happen for them so they could just focus on their acting. Because I mean, Ruben, you understand, as a CADA teacher, it's hard to not be in the same room as your student.
It is certainly an extra challenge.
Yes.
That is true. There's always something a lot more direct and relatable to being in person with people. That is very true.
Yes. So I was so lucky to have Jamie Falisco and to have Amanda's mother, Kimberly, and her grandma made the most fantastic parrot and robot costumes, and Purple Beard. Everyone just looked so great. We really the support of the families were. I was so lucky, and I'm very grateful for all of the help that they gave us.
Excellent. Good to hear. So Declan, what was it like seeing your work brought to life?
The video was good.
I imagine it must be.
I really love the show.
Oh, Amanda has come.
Oh, thank you.
I imagine it must be pretty exciting to see actors actually delivering the lines that you wrote.
Question.
Wait, don't interrupt.
When can I see the other shows that you guys made?
Well, we haven't put them out yet. They will be. Actually, it's a great question. You know, I was gonna mention it at the end, but sure, I've got that information right here, so I might as well. Since you asked, why not? The next show will be Crossing the River, and that will be available on Vimeo June 4th through 6th. After that will be The Journey, which will be June 18th through the 20th. And Back will be July 2nd through the 4th. The Bookstore of Doom will be July 9th through the 11th. The Dinner Party will be July 16th through the 18th. The Case of the Missing Jewelry will be July 30th through August 1st. And More Than Meets the Eye will be August 13th through the 15th.
So we can watch them all summer.
Yay, we can watch them all summer.
You can.
Mhm.
Oh, excellent. There's there, so you can see it. Now, so for those who might not be familiar with the system we're currently using here, which is you go online, you buy the ticket, and you are given a link. The link will then help you find the shows on Vimeo, where you can watch them in a variety of different levels of accessibility. And you can watch them anytime you want. These are not live, although we might do one of them live. I don't know yet. But you will be able to watch them once they go up anytime that you want throughout that weekend. So definitely, if you're interested, get some tickets, and please do come see the other shows as well. I'm sure they're all going to be great.
We're excited.
I'm glad to hear that. Now, if
Maybe I should make like one of those like fanfic stories from the parrot's point of view, as the parrot is the narrator.
okay, that who knows? Yeah, sure.
And the reason why she was getting close to the others to spy on them was because she knew that something was gonna happen. They mistook her for a spy and took her off until they found out that she was just narrating a story.
Tell them they should.
Well, okay. Just some other quick news. CADA has put in a lot of work to make sure that these productions are as accessible as possible. When you go to Vimeo, you will have the option to watch these
Oh,
standard the film. You can also watch it with closed captioning. You can watch it with ASL interpretation if you read sign language. And we also will have audio description versions as well for those who are visually impaired.
Is it illegal to record this?
Well, technically, we're recording this right now. This is technically recorded. Wait, we're in right now. That's
Like the show.
the show. So, that's a
Can
interesting.
I answer that
Please do.
as executive director of CADA?
Yes.
After the festival is over, the end of August, we are going to post all of the plays on YouTube, where they will be accessible for perpetuity, for as long as YouTube exists. And from YouTube, you will be able to download them and keep them in your own portfolios. Okay?
I thought they would be gone forever after their initial.
Oh no. Oh no. All this hard work is going to be available.
Ew.
Yep. It's the 21st century now. We don't let anything go.
But we encourage our fans to attend the festival, to buy tickets, to help support us as we do this. This is not a free endeavor. Things cost money. Just a Vimeo license costs money. A Zoom license costs money. So we appreciate the support of our sponsors. We've had a number of people step up to become sponsors. And we are looking for more sponsors, so you can do that at Eventbrite. There are different levels of sponsorship for the whole festival. Once you become a sponsor, then guess what? You get tickets for the whole festival. So it's a great advantage.
Mhm.
So that's a little bit about the virtual life of our plays. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy.
I
I
hope we get to see each other again.
Well, you're always welcome to be involved with our programs. Now, does
Too bad
anyone?
we couldn't make a
Summer
group?
camps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too
Now,
bad we
does
couldn't
anyone-
make a group chat so we could just keep talking about things when this is done.
I mean,
I will get on that.
Because I kind of wanted them to show like a little story that I'm making called Golden Treasure from the parrot's point of view.
you hear that, Declan? You're going to have fan fiction.
Yeah.
People are writing fan fiction about your work.
That's exciting.
Or maybe just a story. Maybe it's not going to be posted online. Maybe I'll just share it with you guys. And you guys can share it with other people if you want.
The point is, Declan inspired people. So I do want to open it up to if anyone else in the Zoom room right now has any questions they would like to ask to the director or the cast, be it parents, or if Samir has a question, we'd love to hear his as well. But yes, does anyone have anything they'd like to know about the production?
Yeah, I like it.
Do you have a question about it though, Samir?
Yes, I like it, this one.
Okay, that's a statement. Do you have a question?
Nope, we're good.
Okay, thank you, Samir.
Thank you, Samir. Samir is also one of our playwrights for our festival this summer. So look forward to his show as well.
The Bookstore of Doom is the one that Samir wrote. So do check that out. I think it's going to be pretty exciting.
That title sounds like a lot of fun. That and the dinner, I think the dinner party, my memory's not great. That one, those two are the ones that I'm most interested in.
Well, I encourage you to see all of them. But does anyone else have any questions? If you don't feel comfortable turning on your camera, you can always send them in the chat.
Okay. Can I ask a question, Ruben? Awesome. I would love to ask Declan, is there something that you imagined when you were writing the play? Because just as the director and just as a different mind coming at it, I saw this world and this rich, fun, zany, cartoony world that we could create together. And I was just wondering, was there something that we did that you just totally didn't expect to show up or to happen in the show?
I'm guessing I'm guessing that it's better than I imagined.
Well, that was the best response I think I could have ever gotten. Thank you. I'm so glad that I hope you enjoyed it. I was thinking about you the whole time, so that makes me very happy. Awesome.
Right. I guess if we're acting Declan stuff, I kind of want to ask, like, what was your whole thought process when you were making Captain Skull? I mean, I played the guy, so I kind of feel bad for him low key because I was in his shoes and I just felt really bad for him the whole time. But what was your actual thought process with him? Were you trying to make him sympathetic or just a bad guy, or whatever was in your mind when you were making him?
I'm guessing when I was thinking that he's a person that also wants to find the treasure.
Mm-hmm. So again, making him relatable.
I'm guessing that he's a bad guy.
Yeah, fair enough. Again, I just feel a little bad for him because I'm playing him and all, which you get really I did get attached to the characters. I'm sure the other actor can say the same for their own characters.
No, I'm with you, Joseph. I that's why I was so I really wanted to make a point of stating portrait of a pirate so you can see the villain's backstory. Nothing is black and white, and his how he comes to then be the bad guy. I mean, I feel for him every time we did it. It's like poor Captain Skull, you know, he's out here being a bad guy, but I think it's a wonderful view of the world to understand where his actions are coming from, and I think that was a great way to make him so dimensional.
Yeah, because him and Captain Carr aren't the most different people alike. They have similar goals. They have just a similar theme. The main difference is just how they view the world. You were saying that Captain Cart's very positive. Captain Cart doesn't really hold on to the path, while Captain Skull is. He's very spiteful. That's the main difference between the two.
All right, I have been sent a comment. A comment has been sent to me via Messenger. The comment reads, "Gold Treasure. It's a beautiful play. All actors performed well. I really appreciate the way the director synchronized the actors, even though they were in different Zoom boxes. Congrats to the entire team."
Oh, thank you.
So that's some very nice things that were sent to us from the internet. Excellent. All right. Does anyone else have any follow-up questions? Anything they're dying to know? All right. In that case, we received another comment from Facebook. Really enjoyed the play, the characters, the acting, and the story. And that's yours. I have to see that comment is on Facebook. So So if you want to see, so that one you will probably see connected to this video. So excellent. All right. So Declan, you wrote this as part of a class, is that right?
Correct.
Excellent. And that was a class that CADA was offering online, right?
Yes.
Excellent. In that case, let's just take a quick second to say CADA offers tons of classes. Please check out our website and our Facebook pages.
Yes, actually, to tag on to that, Ruben, Amanda, if you are writing your continued story of Polly the Parrot in Gold Treasure, we do have playwriting classes. And the playwriting class is offered by one of our directors as well this in the festival. Jordan, oh, nope, Ruben.
Well, no, I was just going to say the playwriting class is not currently on a schedule, but I do expect playwriting will return to being one of our classes at some point in the future.
Yes. So come play with us. You can always continue to develop the work. Come join us in one of the classes.
Yeah. And our class, we are always trying to offer new and exciting classes. We do spring classes, summer classes, fall classes, and winter classes. And sometimes you'll see new things in there. So definitely check them out. We also have summer camps coming up now. So do look into our summer camps, including comedy classes, puppet classes, all kinds of classes and camps, summer camps. These are virtual summer camps, by the way. I believe we have a virtual summer camp that is based on superheroes and sidekicks, always very exciting and popular. I believe we also have one on myths and legends.
I have something to say.
What would you like to say, Lena?
Classes.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
I have something to say about one of the classes.
Okay, excellent. Please share.
Voice acting with Shannon.
Excellent. Yes, voice acting with Shannon. And we didn't mention it before, but the excellent person who taught the playwriting class is our teacher, Jordan Ewell, who will also be directing one of the upcoming plays. And students in our summer classes will be writing and creating performances online this summer. So if you are excited about playwriting, you should check out the summer camps. You can find these at centerforada.org. Now, Lena, you've taken a few of our classes too. So you know the classes are pretty great, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The classes are great. They're so great. But I want to do more classes.
See, exciting right there.
I want to hop in here and mention that Declan has been one of our students for many years. And he started as a wee lad and worked his way up to the point where he actually wrote a play. So that is an impressive journey, Declan, that you
yes.
did that. We are so proud of you for starting back in, what was it, All the World's a Stage class, the beginner class, and working your way up, learning how to collaborate with other people, learning how to tell stories, create characters. And it all came together in Jordan's class last summer. So congratulations on all that effort. Another person I'd like to comment on is Joseph. Joseph has been my student for many years back in middle school drama class. And then he joined us at CADA, and he was a volunteer assistant in the classes, helping teach the younger kids. And then he became a company member, and he's been acting in a lot of our productions. We are super proud of you, Joseph. And even though you're graduating from high school, we hope you will continue to act with us.
Yeah, I'm graduating this week. In fact, that's part of the reason why this week it kind of hectic and why I probably look exhausted, because it's going to be crazy.
Excellent.
Ruben, what's next performance-wise for CADA? Isn't there something coming up next Friday?
We do have something coming up next Friday. Next Friday, we will be doing an improv show. featuring some of our numerous actors and students here at CADA. We plan on doing an improv show on the last Friday night of every month. It's a thing we're trying out. It's going to be on Zoom, so please do buy a ticket. We'd love to have you there. Improv is a great way to engage with actors, and there's so much to learn for the actors themselves, and it's a lot of fun to watch for friends and family and anyone who enjoys some good improv.
The audience gets to help make some decisions, don't they?
Yes, improv is based off of inspiration from the audience. We will always be coming to the people in our Zoom room and hope that they have things they'd like to use to inspire us by answering our callouts. Don't worry, you don't have to do too much. And if you don't want to turn on your camera, you don't have to. You can always send us those callouts in our chat box. So don't get too nervous about it, but we would love to hear your input. And that is at 7:30 next Friday. And hopefully the last Friday of every month following that.
This will be our third one, right?
This is our third one, technically, yes.
Yeah, so we're getting on a roll here, and we hope you come and have fun. I just would like to mention that all of our tickets, our online tickets, start at $1. So it's super easy to pay for a ticket. We don't want anyone to feel left out. If you feel moved to donate more than that, you are more than welcome. But super cheap tickets. We encourage everyone to come to our online shows and see the wonderful talent that we have here at CADA.
Absolutely. That really is what it's about. Just showing off all the fantastic talent that we constantly are finding. Like all of you fine people.
That are all over the world at this point.
Yeah.
It's so wonderful how much farther CADA is reaching out. And
absolutely.
Our next play in the festival is written by a young girl in India.
Mm-hmm.
So that one, and it's directed by Carrie Johnston of Columbus Shopworks Theater, and features some of her actors down there. It's a very beautiful visual play. It features some shadow puppets and some live action. It's really a magical piece. So I hope you come and see that one.
I've gotten a chance to see it. It's very cool looking.
Yeah.
All righty. All right. Does anyone else have anything they've been dying to share?
No, we're good.
Mayor, you don't speak for the cast. But thank you, I guess, for your honesty there. But yeah, and so yes, just I want to just take a second to say thank you, everyone, for participating in this show. I want to thank Lena and Bridget and Joseph all for auditioning for this to participate in our program. Of course, Shannon for directing it. Declan for writing it, of course. We couldn't even be here if Declan hadn't written it. And of course, Wendy Duke for CADA.
For being the bug in everybody's ear. And thanks to Ruben, who is the official online programming director of CADA, and this was his beast to organize and make sure it happens. So thank you, Ruben.
I try, and it's going well so far. So,
yay! All right, folks, thank you so much for coming. It's been a wonderful, enjoyable experience. Let's say goodbye to our friends on Facebook.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good day. Goodbye.